guys, this is Wendy. I am going to show you how to make mashed plantain. As you all know, I'm from the Dominican Republic and we eat plantain. We love them. Alright, here I have them in hot water because they were in the fridge. So when they cold, they're more difficult to peel. So that's why I put them in hot water to get them nice at room temperature first. Alright, so I have my pot with hot water already started. Now I'm going to show you how to peel the banana. Take the ends out. Then you're going to score, making sure that you don't take a lot of the meat out. And you can either do it this way, and you see what you're going to do with your knife. Try to use a small knife. If you use a big knife, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Plantain are not very easy to peel, but if you have them at room temperature or warm, they peel easier. If you have them cold, that skin is going to be really attached to the meat. Okay? Alright, so I'll finish this one up. Now we're going to clean it, and you're going to scrape. And now we usually cut it in half, and we have it ready for cooking. This is how we usually cook our plantain. Alright? Another way to peel it is also if you score one side right under the skin, you see that? And then go ahead and do the other side right under it. If you're lucky, you can pull it right off. You see that? And you do the same thing. And then same thing. You don't want to take a lot of the meat. You want to only take the skin. You see that? And here we go. So now we're going to take those things off. Clean. And there we go. Alright, so guys, another little thing I forgot to tell you. The reason why I'm using gloves when I'm peeling my plantain is because the plantain has like a stain, a residue. That's what we usually scrape off. If you don't use gloves, put some kind of like maybe oil in your hands when you're doing it so that it doesn't stick to your hand, because then it's hard to get it off from your hands. It's some kind of residue that the plantain has, and we call it in our language, we call it mancha. Okay? Alright, so my water's boiling. I'm going to add my plantain in there. And you gotta be careful how you drop them. You don't want to splash all over the place. Okay? Alright, my plantain is there. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And we're gonna boil it until it's nice and tender. So this is how the plantain's been boiling for maybe like around, what, 10 minutes or so. So this is how the water is going to look, really dark, and the plantains are, I would say, they're almost there. I'm going to take a little bit of cold water, tap water, and I'm just going to shock the plantain with a little bit of cold water, and that's supposed to help it cook better. And I learned that years ago growing up, and it's a custom that we do, so I never really question exactly what does it do to it, but we're supposed to do that. Alright? And make sure you save some of that water. I'm going to show you why in a minute. Okay, so here I have my plantain, and I'm going to take my butter, and I'm going to add some butter to that. You add as much butter as you want. It depends on your diet. I use 100% grass-fed butter because I like to keep my food clean and healthy. I'm going to start smashing it. And here we go. I'm going to add a little bit more butter into that. And guys, believe me when I tell you, butter is good for you. I use good quality butter. If you can't find the grass-fed one, use organic butter. Alright, so remember I told you to save some of that water from the plantain, boiling the plantain. Here it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of that in there, so that you get a nice and soft mangu. Remember, we call it mangu, okay? Mashed plantain is mangu. And at this point, I'm gonna taste it to see if I need a little bit more salt. Remember, you added salt when you were boiling it, so you don't want to make it too salty. Okay, I'm gonna taste it and I'm gonna see whether it needs a little bit more salt. It doesn't need salt, but I love adding a little bit of olive oil, so I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil there. The butter tastes delicious because I use really good quality butter. A little bit of olive oil. Olive oil is good for us, guys. If you want to put just the butter, put just the butter. If you want to eliminate the butter and just use the olive oil, you can do that. It's up to you. I will not eliminate any of them. I love it. So you see how nice and smooth it is, and also it's not dry. You make sure it's not dry. And here we go. Our plantain.